Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to Dungeons, Dragons, and Space Shuttles. So since last episode, it's been a few days since the last recording, and I have been very busy. First up, I have done a little bit more sorting. I've actually got some more crops planted. We'll go over there here in just a second, and I'll show you what I was working on there. And then I did place out some of these, and all this stuff is linked up, and I finished out the drawers on this floor and the drawers on this upper floor, aside from Cobbleworks area stuff. So if we pop up here, let's go ahead and do that. I made a little hole there just so we can kind of travel up and down. I was going to make an elevator, but these are more expensive. They're doable, but they are more expensive, and so I figured we'll do it later on camera or something. Because we do need the blocks of luminescence. They're not that bad, but these are, they are just a little bit more expensive. So in here, you can see I have placed out more drawers. And then if we come through here, of course, these are where our mob drawers are. And then we come through here, and there's saplings and flowers and wood product drawers. And actually over here, you'll notice a couple new stone types. This is migmatite, and this is black granite. Both of these are duplicatable with the cobalt, or with the Tinker's Construct auto smelt with luck 3 pick. So they are, once you get a few, they're fairly easy to duplicate more. So I can actually come down like that. Now in addition, I did make one of these. This is a diamond compartment. Now if you're making this, just be careful. This actually almost tripped me up. You make the standard compartment, you make the copper compartment. Do not make the bronze compartment. It does not upgrade into the iron compartment. So I almost made the bronze, and I had the bronze in my hand, and I went and looked, and I was like, oh wait, no I don't. I don't need that. So you do need the iron compartment from copper. Don't make the bronze. Then you make the gold compartment and the diamond compartment. They're not very expensive. And then what these do, these are really nifty. I've actually got this one laid out somewhat. For example, like this tab is helmets. Then I have chests, legs, boots, because I have all this like just random gear. And what I can do is I can actually open this up, and there we go. I can open this up and I can grab, say, this wrought iron helmet, and I can put that in there. I did kill another one of these mousy bosses, and I didn't realize it until I went in there, because I was down there mining and I was near it. It was updated so that he has a couple other attacks. There's a triple swing thing. It's not a big difference. All he does is he swings, and then he does like a full 360. Luckily, I was kind of backed up against the wall. He only did it one time, so it doesn't seem like a common attack. Luckily, I was kind of backed up on a wall away from him while he was spinning or swinging, and so I didn't get hit by it, but I did notice it, and I'm assuming that it probably hurts like his other attacks. But and then we can set a color, and so maybe I want to do cyan, and there we go. And then, for example, if I want to name stuff, I can come in here. It is kind of laggy, so I can't just take off typing, or it loses letters. So just a heads up on that. And we'll give this one like an icon. I'm going to go through and give all these icons, but oh, it actually gave it. Let me do that one instead. I don't want a durability bar on there. So yeah, I made this just so that we could sort out, because I have so much just junk. I have weapons, tools, bees, enchantments on this side. So that's how I have that set up. And also there was a comment about putting solium on my sword so that we didn't have to use the solium dagger. However, it doesn't seem to work. If you notice, it doesn't give the effect from solium that solium normally has, I think. And I've killed quite a few zombies and stuff, and I haven't gotten any chunks while using this. So, I mean, it's still... I had Inferium on here because it was just kind of left over from when I got the sword as a reward or loot or whatever, wherever I got it from. But it doesn't seem to be giving the chunks. So I think we'll still have to use our Solium Dagger for right now. And then I did set our anvil back up, and I filled it up. I did have the transfer nodes on here, but then I stopped doing that because it doesn't update visually in here, so I'm just using a bucket to move it over, because I like to be able to see how much lava we've got. Because one thing I want to do just really, really quick is let's grab the steel helmets. Let's grab these steel chest pieces. Let's grab these steel leggings. And let's grab I think the dragon scale. Yeah, the dragon scale is better. So we're going to go with the dragon scale boots. And then the legs, what we can do, of course, is we can take these and combine together to increase the durability. And then the chest piece. There we go. Now the steel helmet is better than this. I'm actually going to stick with this for right now because that has such low durability at the moment that I really don't feel like repairing it. Because it's going to be quite a... Oh, wait, I have a different one. Never mind. I have this one. This one. I missed that one. So you can see, even though this one has 0 durability, 345 to 367 on that. So, and then we can take these and we can run them through there. But anyways, there we go. We have a fully repaired steel chest plate. So we'll throw that on. But this was changed, so it only takes, it's standard now, it only takes 100 millibuckets per durability instead of taking 500, which is a major difference. That's a huge difference because, you know, I mean, it still takes a bunch of lava to repair stuff, but it's a more reasonable amount of lava than 500 millibuckets per, because that's crazy expensive. Especially with armor being fairly expensive in this pack, and like steel armor is not even craftable. Of course, you do get it from, you know, zombies and stuff like that, and I've been killing a lot of them now that I can, you know, couple shot them for the most part. Okay, so that's as full up on durability as we're going to be able to get it. But we'll go ahead and throw on that, and that you can see we are at a full 10 bars of armor. So not as cool looking as the rod helm, but it is better. Plus, it's got some armor toughness. So I think it is proper that we change over to that. And I did repair my iron shield with some leftovers as well. So okay, so now on to the rest of the stuff that I've been working on. I've actually been on this pack quite a bit the last few days. This, and basically all I've done the last few days, is I've worked on this, and I've worked on the mod pack, and that's been it. Over here, I did add this little section here. You can actually see that this has an elevation difference. It actually goes down. Oops. No! No! Ugh. Okay, I'll have to fix that later. Not fixing it right now. Anyways, that's why I shouldn't come over here when it's not daytime. But anyways, I've added some more crops here. At least he didn't destroy anything too important. And those are easily duplicated, so... he didn't destroy anything too important, but I did add some more crops. I actually started out, I was planning on doing like we did before. Let's actually run over to this other side. Because if you recall, we had 40 of all the Pam's Harvest Craft crops planted, but I felt like that was a little bit overkill. Because even just with 20 planted, I'm getting plenty every time I come over here and harvest. So I did split this one up as well. So instead of having tomatoes, onions, rice, bell peppers, and cotton seeds on the other side, I pulled that stuff up, and now I've got garlic, beets, grapes, oats, and candleberries. So, and then over there, you know, I've got 20 different crops in those. So that way we don't just have like endless monster amount of fields, because we're already going to have a lot with everything else that we're farming. So it's only proper that we kind of cut down on a little bit of that stuff. So, okay, now let's pop over. I need to run that through the repair system as well, so I don't have to make another one, even though I don't guess... it's not really all that expensive anymore, but... over here, I kind of opened this up, and... Oh, you'll also notice that I changed all of this. Instead of that kind of convoluted-looking granite that we had, I actually decided to switch it all and go with the granite pavement from Quark. So I did change all this over. But if we come through here, I actually found that a trapdoor works really, really well through here, because I can't move through that. If I hit this, I can move through it. But, like, if I'm coming back through, it's basically a door that you can only move through when it's doing the opening and closing animation. And it actually works pretty well, because it's always, you know, it's pretty much always closed for mobs. Whoa! Come on. He's so confused. There we go. Yeah, see, I'm not really getting any chunks, but... I've killed a lot of mobs, though, but... But over here, there is a structure that I've been working on. This is, of course, where the base is going to continue outwards. Oh, and I did bring those two little pillars up with blue schist. So they're not done. There's going to be a bit more detail on those, but I did bring those out. But I did a lot of deforestation in this area, and I built a little structure. And if we step in here, I actually spent quite a while on this, and it's not done. I still need a lot of contrast work and decor, and I need to finish the top. I haven't even really started on the top. But if we come through here, this is the first of our blood altars. And I was actually doing some thinking, and what I decided on is that in this pack, instead of having all of our blood magic centered in the same area, there's a door on the other side, by the way, that goes outside. So. But instead of having all the blood magic stuff centered in the same area, I'm actually going to break it up by having, you know, like there's an altar here and there'll be some blood magic stuff, and then maybe, you know, on somewhere else in the town there'll be another altar type building in that. So this is all smooth soul sandstone. I was actually in the nether a little bit gathering up soul sand for this. And then there's soul sandstone bricks. And this is all, you can, this luckily it doesn't have the altered recipe, so it doesn't take water or anything like that. So what you can do is craft your soul sandstone with just 4 soul sand. So it's not too bad. Really, we need to make some of these. I should do that, actually. I've got seeds. Whenever we go back over, I'll do that, actually. But anyways, I've been working over here, and I did make some more blank runes, and I've just placed these out. They're not buffed up. We're going to buff up some of them today, and we're going to finish out that, and we're going to start working on some of the tier 3 stuff. Mainly the soul-related stuff, and not so much the blood magic altar-related stuff, because there's nothing pressing that I need from blood magic, from the blood altar side of things, but I need stuff from the Tartar Forge side of things, is what we're going to be working on today. And I had to remake these because these were in the backpack that got destroyed. And just a heads up, the recipe for this is a bit more expensive now. It was changed to where it's dark gems, gold, golden sword, iron, sticks, and then methane gas. So just a heads up, it is a little bit more expensive now. Because if you recall, I think whenever we made it last time, it was it was unchanged, but it is changed now. So, but one thing that I want to do while we're over here, I've got enough of these for, I want to make some of these, and we're going to go ahead and just upgrade. If I recall, these ones here are actually impacted by the tier 2 altar, which is what this is. The glowstone here is for making it into a tier 3. Once we get the blank runes in these slots, it'll be a tier 3. But we'll go ahead and upgrade these 3. I'm not going to worry about speed runes right this second, because I feel like it's a little bit more important that we get... Oh, you know what? I actually need an apprentice blood orb before we can do that. So let me replace that. We need to make one of those, but we'll make speed runes so the crafting's faster. We won't be making them this episode, but it's not all that important right now, because I just need to get up to a tier 3, and then we'll be set. Just enough so that I can make our new Tartar gem. But also over here, I did add a couple seeds. I added rubber seeds, and I added mystical flower seeds. Because my flower pouch was destroyed whenever the backpack was destroyed, and so I lost most of my mystical flowers, so I used up all of our floral fertilizer to make more. Let me put that away so it doesn't get dumped in there. But I knew I was going to need more mystical flowers, so I went ahead and just made some of those seeds. Oh, and we did complete some quests as well. We completed this quest here for 64 sapphires. I now have 64 sapphires. We can either get 20 sapphire combs, a dragon scale chestplate, or a sapphire shield. I'm definitely taking the dragon scale chestplate, and then we get some coins and stuff. Which this is 2 armor toughness, 9 armor. Yeah, it's better. Awesome. We're going to change that. I shouldn't have wasted time repairing that, I guess. And then we also completed some quests here. We completed the quest for Nature Essence. We get all that stuff. We completed a quest for Zombie Essence. We get all that stuff. We completed a quest for Rotten Flesh. That was actually just from killing mobs, and we get all that. And then we completed a quest for Rubber Seeds. We get all that stuff. And we completed a quest for Rubber Essence. We get all of that stuff. And we completed a quest for mystical seeds. We get all that stuff for a fertilizer. And then we completed a quest here for the mystical flower essence. So we get all of that stuff. And let's see what we got. We got prosperity shards, runes, empty map, argon impregnated frame. Okay, I'm just going to dump all that stuff. Oh, and if you want to see what the top looks like right now, we'll just pop up there real quick. And this is what it looks like. So it's far from done. I'm going to add an upper section here. And then there's a little bit of black stained glass and red stained glass up here. So it's not very elaborate. And there's torches for lighting up here. But I think it does work pretty nicely right now. I mean, like I said, I still need to add a bit of contrast and stuff. Because right now it's mainly black granite and sooty marble. But actually what I really, really wanted was... I wanted this charred nether brick. This is a really cool looking block if you've never seen it, but it requires fire charges and nether bricks. Nether bricks, not a huge issue. I mean, they're a little bit expensive, but we can actually gather them from that tower, and I've actually got quite a few of them. But the fire charges, I don't have the blaze powder, and I don't want to farm the blazes for that, because I was going to do it on the borders and the stair, this little stair borders and stuff, but it's just too expensive for my blood. So let's go ahead and make this. And let me grab this. Okay, there we go. There is our new apprentice blood orb. We'll go ahead and bind it. And by the way, one nice thing to bear in mind is stone. This is what I've been doing. There's 61 and there's 64. Stone does work with the... you know, since it breaks down to a cobblestone and then it can smelt, it does work for the duplication stuff. So, okay, let's grab 7 of these runes real quick. It rains right here because it's unfinished ceiling. But I did get quite a bit of work done in here, and I'm pretty happy with it. But I still got quite a bit to do. But this building actually came together really quick. I was surprised because I was working over there. I was working on the farms, you know, and then I was like, well, I should probably pop over and try to get some kind of a blood magic area set up, because we're going to be doing a bit of blood magic this episode, and it was kind of just out in the middle of the way, all like in our way before, and I came over here and started working on it, and it actually went pretty quick. So, okay, there is our self-sacrifice runes, which is going to give us more blood whenever we stab ourselves, and it's a noticeable difference. That's actually not too bad. So, okay, and then I need to craft out, how many do I need? 6? Yeah, 6 more, and I've actually got enough slates for 2, so. Okay, so that's done. We should be able to get our runes now, and, let's see. I can get 4 of them right now. And I've got to get some more stone, so let me duplicate this stuff real quick. This is actually, like, super OP. It really, really is. Like, I have a feeling it's probably going to be fixed here pretty quick. So, that and that. There we go. We've got 6 of those. And then we'll just toss these down. There we go. And now we have a tier 3 altar. So what we need to do, and now all of these should be taking effect. So let's go ahead. Of course, stuff's still going to craft super slow. But what I'm after right now is the Tartar gem. I want the common Tartar gem, which requires that we have a minimum of 240 wheel. It's going to drain 50, and I think we're good on that end. No, I've still got a petty. Oh, whoops. We're going to have to upgrade a little bit here. That's fine. But first, let's go ahead. The common Tartaric gem is going to need an imbued slate. So what we're going to need to do is... let's go ahead and toss a bit of blood in there. Let's toss a piece of stone in there. And it's going to convert to a blank rune, and then it's going to start converting again. There we go. Now we've got a tier 2, and then it's got to convert one more time before we'll get the rune that we're actually after. Which it'll stop accepting blood then, because that'll be the maximum tier that we're at. So, yeah, there's not enough blood in here. I'm going to pull this out. I've got to fill this up. Basically, I think it takes like 5,000, right? Yeah, 5,000 life points. Okay, to make our lesser Tartaric gems, we're going to need lapis blocks, redstone blocks, and diamonds. So let's go ahead. We're going to grab enough to make 2 of these because we will need 2 of them because you kind of tear these things up. This is all... Oh, wait, I can't... That's right, I'm going to have to make plates. Ugh. I'm going to have to actually go mining to get more lapis. But there's enough for 1. And then I've actually got a gold block over here. Where I've got gold melted down for a gold block. So I'm going to get that stuff pouring out. Okay, so, well, we've got the stuff we need to make our next tier of Tartar gem. So, let's go ahead and do that. So, it's a block of redstone, diamond, lapis, and there we go. There is our lesser Tartar gem. And then one thing that we can do, just really, really quick, is we can take this one that's got the wheel still left over in it, and we can shift right click, and we can just drain it out. So now all the wheel is in that Tartar gem. And then we're going to have to upgrade this, which I've got to go get some lapis, and I've got to get some souls in this. So I'm going to take our sentient sword, and I've got to go out hunting. Let me go ahead and get our imbued slate, though. I think we should be able to pull that off fairly easily now. Actually, what happens whenever I eat deluxe chicken curry? I get a fair amount of health back, actually. Okay, I think we should be able to pull this off now. So, that deluxe chicken curry, yeah, there we go. There is our imbued slate. So we've got that. Making the common, we only need 1 of these. But making the common is very doable. I've got everything for that. I just need to get more wheel in this one. And then I need to, basically I just need to get up to 60 and I can craft that. But I'm probably going to go ahead and push it on, because you get more wheel the more wheel that you have. So it's better just to go ahead and push till it's about full. So I'm just going to have to go out mob hunting, which there should be some outside the door. Yeah. Oh, whoa! Okay, well that got it up to 55.23. And we got some steel armor. Oh, a steel sword. Don't really need that though, but... Okay, well anyways, I'm going to go out killing mobs. And I'm going to try to get up to... Try to get this about field. And then we should be able to make the... Let's see, that needs a 240. This holds up to 256. Okay. Well anyways, I'll be back here in just a little bit. Okay, it's been a little while. I went mining and I did get like 50-something lapis. And then I've also been out hunting. Night just ended. And I'm up to 154.39. So let's go ahead and craft this out so we can get our other lesser Tartar gem. There we go. And then we need to upgrade that. So, of course, to upgrade this, we are going to need to get ourselves 240 is our minimum that we have to hit. So, give me just a little bit. I've still got to gather up... that's from mining, but I've got to gather up some more stuff. So I'll be back. I may actually have to make another sentient sword, possibly. We'll see. Or repair this one. I'd actually rather just repair it. Okay, I'm actually out hunting mobs the next night, and I ran into this guy. He was actually on a zombie horse. I killed the horse, and that's when I noticed the name on him. Dirk the Butcher, and he's like wearing like gold armor. And... Oh man. Stop it. There we go. Doesn't look like he gave us too many souls or anything like that, but for some reason this little bay area is like the best place to hunt mobs. Like I'll run around the forest and I don't really find much of anything, but I come here and it's just like mobs everywhere. Not to mention I can stand in this water and they're, you know, a whole lot easier because they move a whole lot slower. I did run a whole tank of lava into this sword to repair a bit of it, but... Okay, so we've got 244. That's enough to upgrade Tartar gems. So we're going to go do that real quick. Okay, so we'll go ahead and toss that. Oh, I forgot to grab my gold block. Okay. What else did I need for that? Okay, I need a diamond and a gold block. That's fine. One thing I was working on getting, though... Go ahead and get a bit more of that. Let me grab this stone. I got one imbued slate, and I need one more. And while that's crafting, because it's got enough essence in there, I'm going to run over here. I'm going to grab that gold block, and I'm going to grab a diamond so we can get that new Tartar gem made real quick. Oh, that boss dropped a diamond axe with sharpness 5 on it. Okay, so there's the stuff that we need to upgrade that. And this should be done. It is. Let's grab that. And what we're going to make is we are going to make ourselves a Tome of Peridia. Oh, I haven't made the Magician's Blood Orb. Okay, maybe we'll hold off on that. I was going to get it to store, because that one I actually need quite a bit of life points. And I think the cap on this is like 10,000 and you need 25,000 or something like that. And it's usually a bit of a pain, so I don't feel like messing with it right now. I was going to do that so we could store our XP, but we will get more seriously into actual blood magic in time. But the thing is, what I really need to do is to get into wheel. More than anything, so. Okay, well, we've got our tier 3. Now we can put that other one away because I don't need it at the moment. I need to grind out some wheel. Okay, I went hunting again, and we are up to 568.39, which really isn't a bad amount of wheel in there. I will say I want to enchant this, but the enchantment table, it does take a little bit. The biggest issue with this, I mean, liquid crystalline is very doable. It just requires rubies, sapphires, paradots, it's 500 millibuckets. That's pretty easy. The biggest issue with making this at the moment is the compressed diamond, because we haven't pushed on to mechanism. So, we could, well, we got to get into a little bit of Tech Reborn. Actually, it's not all that bad. We could push into mechanism, but I really don't want to right this second. So what we're probably going to do is, actually, I think I completed, the skeleton one is done. The mother spider one is done. Baby spiders need one more kill. The zombie ones became available. Okay, that's where I've been getting the deluxe chicken curry, is this one. That's where I've been getting that. We actually have a bunch of this food, and a lot of it I haven't even tried yet. I know we can get extra hearts, I just haven't been worried about it. But I think what we're going to do is maybe, not next episode, I don't think. Maybe, we'll see. But one of the coming episodes, we're going to go tackle that roguelike dungeon. I mentioned that. And there's a pretty good chance, a lot of times those will have enchantment tables in them. So we could probably get one from exploration, and then not have to push on to mechanism until we're ready. Because I'm in no hurry, of course. But anyways, what I want to do right now is I want to craft. Now that we've got some wheel built up. I need to be kind of careful, though, because the master nodes do require 200. So I want to craft that last so I can get the most out of my wheel before I have to fill it up again. But what we're going to do is we're going to start off by crafting some nodes. And I'm going to throw this stuff into there. It also requires redstone and glowstone. And I think, let's see, I'm going to start off with making like 8 of these, I think. These are only 5 wheel each for the routing nodes. Now, routing nodes on their own, they're not all that important because these things have an astronomical amount of range from node to node, so you really can do without routing nodes generally. I used them in SevTech, and I was able to link, like, from my castle to my storage building, which was pretty far away. I could link that with no routing nodes, just straight across, It's pretty massive range. Of course, the city that we're building is going to be fairly large, like as far as distance from one area to the next, so it might come up where we need routing nodes, but I think for the most part we'll be okay without them, if I had to guess. Okay, now that we've got that, I want to make some input routing nodes and some output routing nodes. I also want to make the node router, which is 5 wheel. We'll go ahead and make this first, actually, which is that, and we need a reinforced slate, because it's very important that we get that. And then I want to make the inputs and outputs. Now, outputs we won't need as many of. I'm going to make 2 outputs, I think. So it's routing node, and then we're going to need some redstone, some glowstone. And these are 25 apiece, so we need to be a little bit more careful as we get closer to this. I can pull off 2 inputs right now. And it's actually almost night. Yeah, night's starting to set. It might be worthwhile to run out and kill one more mob so I can make one more input routing node, because I literally only need like 2 wheel. Pretty soon we're gonna automate wheel, and actually be making wheel crystals instead of having to farm mobs for it. I mean, you can make a mob spawner if you're at the point where you have, like, say, a drop of evil, or you have some sort of a mob spawner system. You could do that. Also, if you run a dungeon with this, you know, you're gonna get a bit of wheel from that. But I'm just doing the old-fashioned grindy way because I want nodes right now, you know. Oh, and I got a mama spider, which means I'll complete the baby spider quest. There we go. Okay. And actually, there's a bunch of haunted tools, too. Okay, I've actually got 455 now. So I've got enough to make 2 more nodes, then. Which is great. Let's do... Wait a second. I'm doing inputs, which take gold. Okay. Make me 2 more of those. There we go. And then we're going to need a master node, which this requires a block of iron, a imbued slate, and something else. Diamond. And we did complete the baby spider quest, so we'll go ahead and turn that in. There we go. And there is our master routing node. And now I'm down to 205 wheel. And I think all of these require 400 minimum. Yeah. And of course there are frames. These right here, frame parts, and that's how you make your upgrades. But I don't actually need any of these right now, so I'm not going to worry about that. But okay, so now that we've got... actually, I need to kill it with this. Now that we've got our nodes, I know it's pretty close to wrapping up point, but let's pop over here real quick. Nodes are like the best thing in blood magic. Like, no joke. I love blood magic, and nodes are just, they're wonderful. It's like hands down, if you want like the best general purpose item transfer system, I mean, there's certain things it can't do. But with a little bit of tweaking, you can do most things with it. But it's powerful. It's very, very powerful. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a master node, and this can set pretty much anywhere. We're going to put it setting... this one's basically going to handle this building eventually. So we're going to put it setting right there. And then what we're going to do is we are going to shift right click, setting node location. And then we're going to come over here. We're going to put a output routing node that feeds into this drawer controller. And then we're going to shift right click. So that's connected up, linked node to master. And what an output routing node does is it means it's going to be able to output to this drawer controller. Okay, then we're going to grab that again. And let's do an input routing node this time. Input basically feeds it into the node system. Output pushes it out of the system. So over here we've got sand and we've got fresh water. And they're not filled up. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a input routing node. See, I think the back is, yeah, okay. We're going to put an output routing node on this fresh water. Or I mean an input routing node. It's not going to be able to pull from the wireless receiver, so we don't have to worry about that. We're going to connect that up. You can also open these up and you can say, you know, different sides. You can filter, you can set priorities. The lower the priority, the more important it is for the system. So that means it's going to prioritize that system. And actually, it's not outputting. Let me... Oh, you know what I just realized? It's this is getting a redstone signal from that, so it won't run. That's what the issue is. So what we're going to do is... So what if I put an input node sitting right there that's going to pull the fresh water from that? And if we just ran this... Yeah, there we go. I've got it setting right there, so it's going to break the blocks for us. And it's also going to pull the water out of there. And if we look over here, this is up to 16 stacks now. Okay. So, yeah, that was the issue, was this redstone was shutting it off. But Then what we can do is, let's see, that one right there that has the sand. We're going to, let's get ourselves an input routing node. We'll break that block there. We're going to put our input routing node setting right there. And we're going to grab that connection. And then we'll come over here and we're going to say this is going to feed into that. So shift right click. And now if we take a look here. Oh, you know what I didn't think about? I have a redstone upgrade in this. So I can't plug the node directly into it because the nodes are shut off by any kind of redstone signal. So what we're going to do is, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to first make ourselves a gunpowder explosive. Oh, I need 5. Okay, we're going to make ourselves a gunpowder explosive. And let's come out, we're going to come out right over here. I have to do a lot of landscaping over here anyways. Oh my gosh. So many creepers. We're going to set this down right here. We're going to toss down just a stack of iron with it. And we're going to blow this up. This is from Pneumaticraft. Explosion crafting. So, okay, it actually picked them up. Because you have like this like super vacuum effect. And that's the only piece of TNT that I made. Unfortunately. But what I'm going to do is that. There we go. Okay, the first explosion of many. We got ourselves 49 compressed iron ingots. And so let's head back over here. This is basically, we're going to start making hoppers in a cheaper way for making hoppers. So instead of having to do the iron plates in the chest and all that, we can actually make hoppers by just compressing iron. Because I have so much of it at this point. And these hoppers are actually even better. So that, and there is our omnidirectional hopper. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down here. We're going to set up our omnidirectional hopper. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to put our omnidirectional hopper here. So pulling the sand out of there, we're going to say redstone enable on, it's always enabled. And then what we'll do then is we're going to have, coming out of there, we're going to have an input routing node that sits right there. And we'll just bind that up to there. Okay, so now if we take a look, there we go. We got sand coming in to this. Now it's not the fastest item transfer system, but in my experience for most things, except for just crazy super fast systems, I mean, it's not going to be able to keep up with this sand generation. You'll notice it's kicking on and off a lot. One thing that we could do to maybe help fix that is set that to maybe 14. So it doesn't have to be exactly filled. It can just be like kind of filled, and that should actually help it from kicking on and off so much. But this is going to be sending the sand over here automatically for us. Yeah, that's a lot better because it's, you know, it's keeping it, it's pretty much keeping it filled. So, now one other thing that we can do, that I want to do is let's grab our analog crafter and we're going to set our sandstone generation back up. You know, we had this set up before, and I'm just going to kind of tuck this away back in here. That'll be fine. I'm going to remove that. We'll put this right here. And what we're going to do, let's pull up that, and we're going to set a output routing node right there on the bottom of it. And let's grab ourselves some fresh water and, you know, a stack of sand. And let's go ahead and set up the recipe. We're going to say sticky. That way we don't have to filter this. And we're going to say spread items, and we're going to put in our sand there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to grab this node connection. One thing we're going to do is we're going to right click it. We're going to say the priority is 0 on that. Let's go ahead and grab that connection. And then over here, we're going to say that this connection is, let's see, this connection is going to be priority 1, okay? And then we'll go ahead and bind that up. So it should prioritize this. See, the sand's going into here. If we take a look there, sand's not coming into this anymore. Because, like I said, the lower the priority, the more important it is. So since that's a 0 and that's a 1, naturally it's going to prioritize sending all the sand over here until this backs up. Okay, and then what we can do is, let's grab ourselves a input routing node. We're going to put this setting. So if we put that right there and we disconnect that transfer pipe with a monkey wrench so it doesn't try to send anything over. Let's grab that. And we're going to connect it up over to there. So if we take a look, we should see sandstone. I'll tell you what the issue is. I think with both of these is this is transferring redstone signal and it's messing this up. I didn't think about that. So if I put a block there, if I put a standard block, I'm going to end up putting a block that doesn't transfer redstone. That's not really an issue. We can always do like a fake block that looks like whatever block we're going to use, but it doesn't transmit redstone. That's the reason it's not, working. But if we take a look here, sandstone is going up. We're generating sandstone. Okay, what I want to do is, let me get a couple of these. My inventory is just gone at this point. Put that away, and I'll put that away. What I want to do is I want to get a couple block miners. And it actually kind of works out that we got all that compressed iron because we need it. We need a bunch of it, so let's go ahead. There's that, and then I just need some glass, some electrotine alloy gears. There's those. Actually, I need more than that. I need, which I'm going to need some electrotine essence. Okay, there's that. Having that essence on hand is great. I mean, you can't make the dust, but it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. The dust isn't all that hard to make, so that's no biggie. And then I need a dispenser. You do have to have actual cobblestone for these, so just a heads up for the dispensers. Okay, so there we go. There's our block miners, or there's one of them. I gotta grab my other pick. There we go. I used the picks that were in there, I used them to repair, so I had 2 full durability ones. Okay, and this is just a simple block breaker. It basically is just going to mine up anything in front of it. Let me grab 2 of these, because I'm going to need to shut off these liquids real quick. And then what we're going to do is, right there, we're going to put a block miner. And then right there, we're going to put a block miner. Those should be facing in the right. No, they're not facing in the, well, yeah, there we go. Okay, and what we're going to do, because I know it's pretty close to wrapping up points, I don't feel like making a timer right now. We will, later on, we'll probably set up a timer, but the timers are a little bit involved to make, in the hourglass and stuff, so we're just going to put a button that sits right there on that one, and a button that sits on that one. And we're going to say requires redstone, and requires redstone. And then we're going to just break this block off. And there we go. It's making sand. It's going to keep making sand, of course, until that fills back up. And then if something does happen, I can just come over here and I can press the button and it should break the sand. If we take a look over here, we're backed up on sandstone, we're backed up on fresh water, and I'm sure that this is backed up. Yeah. So everything's being sent and it's making sandstone again. That's the main thing I wanted to get done this episode, is get the nodes in place. Like I said, we'll keep evolving this, and if I find, okay, I need a timer, we'll add a timer. That's no biggie. Anyways, like I said, I know it's about wrapping up point for this episode, so I'm going to end it out here. Next episode, when we come back, we're going to continue on with a little bit more cobblework stuff. Adding some things. Now that we have our nodes, we're going to add some stuff to it. I am going to do some Tartar grinding between episodes, but we're going to do another episode with the cobbleworks, and then we're probably going to take a break from the cobbleworks, and we're going to go tackle that roguelike dungeon in the following episode, I think. Because now we actually have some pretty decent armor and a good sword, and we're sitting pretty good on that stuff, and I'd like to go dungeon diving and see if we could find an enchantment table, maybe. Because that would be useful, but Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay updated with when new videos come out. And I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe. I'll see you guys then.